Okay. Hi. That's my dramatic entrance right there. I love it. No entrance music. That's what's happening. Welcome back, everybody. It is May 27th. Let me just get a drink of Perrier while I think about that. Today's show is not sponsored by Perrier. I just felt like drinking some water. There you go. Man, we got a lot to get into today. Holy smokes. Let's start with Eddie Sutton. I said we talked about him today real quick. Although, you know, there's a lot about his life you should probably learn. But anyway, that guy was a great basketball coach. Eddie Sutton passed away at the age of 78. Not coronavirus related. A great coach, man. He started off small schools and he made it up to Arkansas. And then he had good success at Arkansas. And he went to Kentucky. Very storied school with a history of basketball greatness. There he was busted for paying his players. I don't think he did it. I think that they brought him in and then they were like, this is how we do it here. And he wasn't really privy to the process. So him and his entire staff were fired and everybody got put on probation. And then the only job he could, not the only job he could get, but the job he took was Oklahoma State, his alumnus? He's an alumnus. All right, whatever. So he goes back to Oklahoma State. They have great success in the 90s, Oklahoma. People love Eddie Sutton. Man, that is what you need if you're one of those schools. You need like a coach that's got heart, that's classy, that can win, and still not be an idiot. Not like their current football coach, Mike Gundy. We're going to segue into that, Christopher? I think so. That's not bad, right? Oklahoma State football coach Mike Gundy, who said his players were strong enough to shrug off this virus. He also had the great I'm a man, I'm 40 rant. I'm sorry, I'm thirsty, I'm nervous under the lights. So let's all give it up for Eddie Sutton, OK State. If you don't know about Oklahoma State, they're not bad. They're not bad. Barry Sanders. A lot of good stuff coming out of there, except for garbage coach Mike Gundy. There you go. Rest in peace, Eddie Sutton. What else? Man, there's so much going on. People want to think it's back to normal. A lot of stuff's opening. Riverside County is opening. All the supercuts are going to be open. All the casinos are opening. Everything's happening. People want to think that it's back to normal. But today, Riverside County announced 113 new cases and 3 new deaths from coronavirus. So their numbers are still going up as they're claiming that everything's okay. We got to get back to normal. Now, we do got to get back to normal. But these few weeks are going to be the telltale sign. Like, are we going to be able to go, it's like when you had school. And the teacher was like, can you guys handle this? And you were like, yes, we can handle it. And then you couldn't handle it. And so you didn't get it. And then she's like, can you handle this? Yeah, we couldn't handle it. That's how it is now. We can't handle it, man. Here in LA County, the hairstylists are not open. They feel like it's still too close of a relationship. Like, how am I going to get my beard trimmed and then not? I mean, do you think I like looking like this? I don't. Holy shit, who would? So some people are driving to go get their haircut. They're driving to Riverside County. They're driving to Bakersfield to get their haircut. And I'm like, really? You could just do it yourself. I don't know if I want to drive to Bakersfield for a haircut, I think there's other things, probably better things in Bakersfield. I don't know, my point is still be safe. We're reopening. Don't rush back into stuff, dude. Be careful. They said the churches can open at 25% capacity. Although, we all know that they're not going to adhere to that. But, use that as a guide for other stuff. Right now we got some friends that usually do some summertime parties. We're trying to figure out how to reconfigure, But you're just going to have to limit it. It's just going to be 10 people parties and then just have one, every day or like 3 weekends in a row to give you time in between they really are having to cut down your social circles because that's the key. Don't, like as a comic, don't go stand in front of 400 people and then 200 people and then 3. Plus the art of stand-up comedy where one person is up there just talking. I think we're going to have to switch it up and wear the masks while we do the comedy because of the spit guard type thing. That's going to mess it up for a lot of people. Because they won't know if you're, you know, it's really changing the art of what traditional stand-up comedy is, and now you have to do something different. How did you get on that subject? I don't know. Look, there's a lot of stuff. Everything has changed, right? Everything has changed, but everything remains the same. Just like when the internet showed up, everything has changed, but everything really remains the same. You know, stupid people are gonna stupid, I guess. I don't know what you call their actions, but that's it. Before the coronavirus, there were stupid people doing bad stuff. So it's nothing new. Okay, you're not alone in feeling like, what the hell? I'm left out, because it's not exciting to report on the people that are doing well. You know what I'm saying? It's not happy to be like, hey, we're down here in Huntington Beach talking to these 10 people who actually they won't come out for the interview because they're in their house quarantining. But those guys are not good. They're doing great. It's a great job. Here's 10 people that will renew your faith in humanity. You're not going to find that on the news. Here's what's on the news, man. George Floyd. If you don't know George Floyd got murdered in Minnesota a few days ago. And the tape is horrible. The pictures are horrible. He laid in the street while the cop basically knelt on his neck for 8 to 10 minutes and just killed him in the street. That's what it is. Watch the videos. There's like 20 videos out there. All different angles, all different stuff. People from the streets are pleading. Let's see. Killed in public. Oh, the cop that did it. I guess there's a picture circulating of the cop that did it at a Trump rally. And I'm like, of course. Why else would you put your knee on somebody's neck for 8 minutes if it wasn't to let them know you're making America great again? Here's the problem, right? And this is the ongoing relationship between the cops and the public, right? There's always going to be problems. If you've ever seen Boys in the Hood, you know there's problems. Yo, nobody helped that dude. And we all know why nobody helped that dude. Because what if somebody had stepped up and said, hey, you're killing that guy, and went and pushed the cop off of it, right? Then we'd be talking about 5 dead people instead of 1. You know what I'm saying? And that's the problem right there, is the police have shown you over and over again that they'll just murder you. Straight up murder you. I mean, that kind of deterrent works, bro. It works on me. Even with my white privilege. They're not going to murder me. They just lump me up and then leave me, you know what I mean? Like, I don't get murdered. That's my white privilege. I acknowledge it. It's fucked up. But this poor guy died. Nobody helped this guy dying. Nobody helped this guy. People were trying to help. And that's how you help in modern day, is you got to videotape it. My fake camera. You videotape it and you get yourself on the video telling, hey man, you're killing that guy. You can hear the guy pleading. He's looking at the people that are filming him saying, they're killing me, bro. They're killing me. And nobody helped. Because we don't want to get killed by the cops either. And that's where we got to start rethinking our whole society, man, and rethinking our whole, you know, the establishment. Because what did that do? Okay. Oh, we had, there might have been a crime. There might have been some forgery. Holy shit, you don't deserve death based on a vigilante stuff. What did the union say? Obviously, we're going to turn the light back on. Jesus. I'm still new to it. So why does it just go out? No! Not in the middle of the show! What the funk, man? Just work. You fucking... Hi, welcome to part 2 of the show. I'm sorry, I bought a lamp on eBay, or not on eBay, I bought a lamp on Amazon, and it's just a cheap piece of shit because that's what Amazon does. That's how they make their money with us. I was talking about something really important there, and then I was talking about... I'm leaving this in, bro. I gotta leave it. It's the real me. You know me. Jesus Christ. I mean, this thing's got me mad because it happens every day. It happens, not every day, but almost every day. It happens everywhere. It happens here in LA. It happens in there. It happens there. We got to start thinking about each other as a society, man, and think about what are we leading to? You know, don't call the cops. Don't call the cops is what we're learning. Don't call the cops. Handle that shit on your own. Now, if you've ever seen The Godfather, you know that that's not a new concept. That's what he says. It's like cops for people that can't go to the cops. That's actually a Goodfellas quote. Don't get Don't think Christopher doesn't know his Italian movies. Let's go from the murder in the street to the near murder. Let's talk about the Central Park bird lady. They named her Karen in the news, but she has a name. Her name is Amy Collins. And the dude that she tried to call the cops on, his name is Christian Collins. Both named, they have something in common. Maybe they would have been friends in another life. This, if you don't know the story, let's recap real quick. She's in the park with her dog off the leash. Leashes are very much required park, special area of Central Park. He calls her out on it. She says, whatever. She pulls out the phone and calls the cops and says, there's an African American man threatening me and my dog. There's an African American man threatening me and my dog. She didn't call and just say, hello, I'm in danger. Hello, I'm at the park. Hello, I got problems. She said straight up, African American man who was threatening me. Now this woman, Amy Collins, okay, what do my notes here say? It says Amy Collins, and then in parentheses, fucked up in every way. I was like, yes, that's probably good notes. And she is a white liberal woman, okay, and who runs around crying, believe all women, so that she can go and pull this shit off and nobody will question her, right? I mean, am I going down a crazy path here? I mean, unless it's Biden being accused, then you're not going to believe all women. I understand. But what this chick did was absolutely disgusting. All right? Absolutely against everything that nice people stand for. She went full, like, that is terrible. That is terrible. And I'm sure she holds herself up, like, even in her thing, she's like, I'm not racist. Yeah, you kind of are. You kind of are. In tomorrow's show, we're going to talk more about racism. I just decided. Let's just clear a page. Because I'm sure that's the only one topic we need. Alright. We'll just knock it all out in one day, right? Like a lot of people say. Tomorrow we're going to fix racism. You're not going to fix it. You're not going to fix it in a day. Okay? And white people who are out there being like, well, I'm not racist. I just don't like dark. You're not helping. You morons. Right? Or when white people go, hey man, I understand. I'm mixed too. Bro, all people are mixed. All people are mixed. Okay, even if it's just multiple colors of white. You're mixed, bro, I get it. Ain't nobody 100%. You'd be inbred like the Royals over in the UK. I mean, look at those, even then, every 20 or 30 years, they got to reach out into the world and find a beautiful woman so that they don't get, club feet or whatever. I don't know. Christopher, why are you shitting on the Royals? I don't know. Maybe it's because they moved back to Hollywood and I'm like, oh, come on. Of all the idiot foreigners that we don't need in America, the Royals, I would put them at the top. I'm going to put it there. I'm just going to leave that there. I'm going to leave that in along with our bad lighting. Oh my God. Christopher, you're so far off the subject here. Why don't you bring it back to us and calm us down? Okay. This gentleman that had the police called on him, this birding man, the Mr. Birder, Mr. Christian Collins, he gave an interview. And what he said honestly renewed my hope in everything. Okay? First off, that dude talks like a professor. I had to look up like 7 words he was using. Like, oh shit. Yes. He's correct. Okay? He like that dude, like he speaks like an amazing politician. And I'm not saying for a black dude, I'm saying overall. Like this dude is eloquent. And what he said was, don't death threat. How can you get mad at her trying to put a death sentence on me, and then you're going to call her with death threats and put a death sentence on her? What kind of logic is that? That's not going to help. And he also said, I understand. I think she's sincere. I don't think she realizes that what she's doing is racist. But I think she's... Dude, what he said was... That's how healing words work. Is you're hurt, and you want to react emotionally, and you want to just tear something down or get mad or just burn it to the ground. And instead you say, you know what, everybody, this is a learning moment. I'll be the one that takes that last blow for society and then tries to turn it into something positive. I got nothing but respect for this Mr. Collins. Wow. And he didn't even put the clip up. Just so you know, it's his sister put the clip up. And then it grew from there, Media is back to doing all their tricks, gotcha media. It's like we're back to the bullshit we were on before the pause. But don't let that fool you, brothers and sisters. Okay? We don't got to go back to being a bunch of assholes. I mean, I don't think so. we could use this time to get better in our lives instead of using this time to harden our hearts. You know? Let's see here. New York. White liberal woman crying, believe all women, unless Joe Biden is the one accused. I hear you on that one. But that goes back to my earlier theory. Okay? That the woman that accused Biden, that was, that's put together by his advisors so that the Republicans will like him better. Right? Once they hear a dude's accused of sexual assault, they're like, oh, well, now let's hear his politics. Maybe Supreme Court's not high enough for this feller. Ooh, Christopher, you staying political today? Is it Political Wednesday? I guess so. We'll call it Build a Wall Wednesdays, and we'll just do politics on Wednesday then. I don't even care. Hey, here's a story that you might have not seen in the news. You remember all those senators that heard that the coronavirus was going to wipe us out and then sold hundreds of millions of dollars worth of stock in order to fatten their own... It's called insider trading if you don't know. That's called insider trading. You know this is about to happen, therefore you sell all your stocks. It's not public knowledge. You only got the knowledge because you're a senator. All those guys are innocent. No more investigation. Everything's good. And you know why? You know why nobody gives a shit that these guys did us wrong and made a bunch of money while we all suffered? You know why nobody cares? Because it was Democrats and Republicans that got busted. Oh, it was this chick from Atlanta and this guy and Dianne Feinstein. As soon as I heard Dianne Feinstein was involved, I knew there'd be no charges. Because that's how it works when you're a dirty politician. And if you're selling stock based on a tip you got due to the suffering of people, oh boy, this hurricane is going to rip up Puerto Rico is bad. But we all know that Donald Trump's not going to reinvest there, so you're better off to just sell off now. If you knew that beforehand and didn't share that with I don't even know what'd you go to Puerto Rico for? I guess because we all knew that Donald Trump doesn't give a shit about Puerto Rico. What does Donald Trump give a shit about? Well, let's end on a happy note. Twitter put a fact check mark next to one of his statements. Da 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 da. And a lot of people are like, finally. Some people feel it's not enough. That is barely a slap on the wrist compared to the bile that flows from that man's electrical account. But Trump takes it to them like this. Well, I'm just going to have to shut down social media, huh? You guys are fake news too. He claimed, quote, that they were hurting his re-election chances. Which means that literally, he wants to lie to his people and not have anybody tell them, oh, don't walk into traffic if you love Trump, okay? Just stay over here and wait for the crosswalk like everybody. No, it's not about freedom. There's a freaking truck coming. Don't get in the... But that's it, dude. These guys are willing to kill themselves to own the Dems, to own the libtards. That's what it is, you know what I mean? And so it's like part of this weird gang war that doesn't mean anything. It means something because people are getting hurt, but in the end it doesn't mean anything. And I'll give you an example. Like here in LA. I hear the cat. What was I going to say? I've lost my train of thought, man. Oh, people don't care. Here in Los Angeles, okay, we know that like high schools, right? When I was at Palm Springs High School and we played Palm Desert High School, that was a huge rivalry. People get crazy, egging each other's cars and getting crazy and doing rivalry. But to anybody else in the world, they think that Palm Springs and Palm Desert are the same. You know what I'm saying? Like they play in the same division, they play in the same school. If you tell anybody where you're from, people think you're the same. They think you're the same, even though you think you're rivals, you're the same, is my point. Even though you think you're rivals, what the hell are you... Maybe I've just lost my... Maybe it's just time to end this episode, Christopher. Maybe you've just come on too strong. Maybe the lights threw you off. I don't know. All right, so tomorrow we got, racism and comedy. All right, I'll try to keep it fresh for you guys. Listen, thanks for listening. Thanks for letting me vent. Get this shit off my chest. It means a lot. Holler, I got a couple of comedy shows coming up this weekend, Friday and Saturday, and then another one in a couple of weeks, so hopefully we can be funny. It doesn't just have to be Christopher having a meltdown. It could actually be funny. All right, roll the credits, and that's what we got. Thanks a lot, you guys. I love you, and I can't wait to see you soon.